There's also no common U.S.-Afghan strategy for the war, which after 16 years I find remarkable. But we've never had a common strategy for how we bring this war to a successful conclusion. And that has resulted in the United States and its Afghan partners tending to move off in different directions. With respect to the region, Afghanistan lives in a very tough neighborhood, as Afghans will say, and they've got a lot of predatory neighbors. So Pakistan is, of course, predatory neighbor Exhibit A. They provide sanctuary to the Taliban. Plenty of donors in the Gulf provide funding to the Taliban. Their relationship with the Taliban is not necessarily puppet master to puppet, but more of what some call co-opetition, where the Taliban are, if left to their own devices, will continue doing what Pakistan wants them to do, which is destabilize Afghanistan. But when they get out of line, Pakistan will indeed crack down. The Pakistanis do this in many ways out of fear that Afghanistan will become a client state of India. And if it's a client state of India, then the Indians and the Afghans will team up to essentially dismantle Pakistan. And so the closer that Afghanistan gets with India, the more nervous Pakistan gets. The more nervous Pakistan gets, the more they allow the insurgency to foment and provide support to that, which then brings Afghanistan and India even closer. And you get this sort of, you get this very damaging, very, very destructive cycle in which for Pakistan, if they would prefer Afghanistan to be a client state, they fear Afghanistan will be India's client state. And so if they can't have one and they want to prevent the other, then they aim for an unstable Afghanistan, because in their logic, an unstable Afghanistan is not able to inflict the harm that they would expect a stable Afghanistan could do. The United States, of course, has designated Pakistan a major non-NATO ally. And in aid and assistance, the United States gives $742.2 million per year to Pakistan. With respect to India, they prefer that to kind of keep Pakistan boxed in. They certainly don't want Afghanistan to become a client state of India. They've got many historic relations with Afghans and Afghan elites. And they also recognize that there tends to be an inverse relationship between violence in Afghanistan and violence in Kashmir. When violence in Afghanistan goes up, violence in Kashmir tends to go down, and vice versa, and that's certainly not lost on India.